Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Faculty of Education's live question and answer session for 2025. I'm Tyrese Human, and I'm the chairperson of the Education Student Committee at Stellenbosch University. Alongside me, I have two of my colleagues who will introduce themselves.
Good evening, I'm Catherine Ebenezer. I'm a second year foundation for student and I'm the secretary of the Education Student Committee.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Sisipo Maliwa, and I am the current portfolio holder for student relations in the ESC.
So, I know you're probably wondering who are the people in the Blazers. We are the Education Student Committee. We are student representatives who are also current students within the Faculty of Education. I'm currently in my third year, Catherine is second, and Sisipo in her third as well. We studied in this faculty for a number of years, and we have insight into the journey that you're about to take. So over the next few moments you'll spend with us, we'll go through some of the questions that you send through into your WhatsApp line, and ultimately we'll just try to give you better insight that will help you potentially persuade you. That's what we're trying. But we really want you to come in and experience what the Faculty of Education at Stellenbosch University has to offer in the best way possible. And what better way than to answer your questions? Alright, so our first question is, how are students assessed throughout the PGCE program? What are the assessment methods used? Also, what content is taught in the method of teaching modules? Will there be a focus on content that forms part of the FET phase? That's a very big question, but I'll try to answer that in the best way possible. So, our PGCE program is our postgraduate certificate in education, which ultimately qualifies you to teach the FET phase, which is your grades 10 to 12. And the assessment method is done through formative and summative assessment, so that is basically throughout the year, as well as certain tests and examination. We also have a large school practicum within the third term, where you go out and you're in the field, you're getting your hands dirty, and you're basically seeing who it is and how it is that you have developed as a teacher over the course of the year. We also have micro teaching, and that's basically peer-to-peer teaching, where you receive feedback on the way that you teach, how you teach, what you teach, and ultimately how to better that. And then also, as per your normal modules, we have a 50% pass mark for each module, which basically equips you to move on with the module and get you teaching qualification at the end of the year. Alright, so our second question is, as the NBTR bear with me, examen 'n vereiste om vir onderwys aansoek te doen? It's basically, is the NBT examination a requirement for teaching? And I'll pose this question to our secretary, Catherine Ebenezer, to answer you further.
It's at the moment it's not a requirement for all students, but should it be that the Faculty of Education requires that of you, they will contact you and then you'd have to write the NBT. But as of now, it is not a requirement for all education students. But yeah, thank you, David.
Alright, thank you so much, Catherine. So what courses or subjects must be taken to become a high school biology teacher, and what are the past requirements? So again, this would be done within your PGCE qualification here, and ultimately to qualify in biology, which technically is classified under the life sciences subject in school, you would thus need to have completed your undergraduate degree in something similar to biology or life sciences with a current level of a NQF level 7 qualification. And then obviously you need to apply for the PGCE and meet the rest of the criteria there. If my grade 11 results are not enough for the faculty that I have chosen, or my levels are not enough but the APS score is high, can I qualify? Sisipo, would you care answering that for us?
So, unfortunately, you can't, but you have to meet the subject-specific requirements. Your APS is not enough to qualify you to study in the Faculty of Education. Hope that answers that.
Thanks, Sisipo. So technically, it's not an either or, it's a both. Our next question I'm posed to both of our lovely female guests today. What are the requirements to apply in general for the Faculty of Education?
Should I go? Okay.
Yes.
For foundation phase, you'd have to have a level 4 in a first additional language, a level 5 in a home language, and then for mathematics, you'd have to have a code 3. Yeah, Danielle, specialization.
So, I always say this is the best phase, but people beg to differ. But anyways, so in the intermediate phase, you are gonna have to have a level 4 in your first additional, same as foundation, and a level 5 in your home language. And then when we come to our subject specifics, you have to obtain a level 4. So the areas of specializations that we offer is life skills, natural sciences, and social sciences. Life skills, there is no iffiness, like you don't have to have done like a lot of things, but like you have to have done physics for natural sciences, physics or life sciences, and then for social sciences you have to have done geography or history. Yeah.
Thank you, ladies. All right. Next question is, I want to study under the Faculty of Education, or if I do not qualify for that, may I take another course, or can I bridge the course after a year? So in this regard, our best advice to you would be to improve your marks in your matric, so that you may reach the percentages required of you to apply for the Bachelor of Education. Or we'd require you then to apply for something that you do qualify in, and then from there on apply for your PGCE after that degree, so that you do end up getting qualified in your degree ultimately. Right. The different modules that we'll be learning. So our modules in the faculty, they range. It depends on the year, and it depends on the phase of study as well. So currently we have the 2 programs, which is our B.Ed. Those are your undergraduate programs, which specializes in foundation phase teaching, which is grade R to grade 3. And then you have your intermediate phase, which is grade 4 to grade 6. In those, you find a large variety, which I don't think we have time to go through all the modules, but you'll see something along the likes of language education, which basically looks at how language is incorporated throughout both phases and how they benefit well together. You have your practical learning unit, which is basically the entire, technically, your entire 4 years through, which ultimately is the core of our degree, I could technically say. It really strengthens you in terms of the practical component and applying all the theory into practice. So it helps you with your practicum, it gives you lesson planning, teaches you classroom management, stuff like that. And then obviously, as we unpacked earlier, your intermediate phase would thus have subjects that are more related, such as the natural sciences, social sciences, and then the foundation phase focuses a lot more on language, life skills, mathematics, the core skill development technically. So that's basically a look that I think that we can offer you at this stage into there. More information is in the yearbook in terms of what each module outlines and how it is that it progresses well over the 4 years. Then obviously in our PGCE, that again would form in a similar aspect. The practical learning module would still remain a core in there, teaching you the same things that you're taught in the undergraduate program, just at an advanced level, and how to apply that to your particular age group, as well as your teaching specializations and everything else that you need to know to survive a day in high school, technically. So the next question is, do I only have to study in one faculty? In this degree, yes. Unfortunately, in this degree, it is a full-time study course. So, yeah, you're stuck with us technically. Yeah. So you come here, you're here, right? Then, what kind of support services are available to students in the Faculty of Education? So, within the Faculty of Education, we have a unit of educational psychology. Those are psychologists who are technically on call technically. They're there to assist with the specific curriculum or whatever it is that's affecting the students within there, and at specific times they will partner with us as the Education Student Committee to give students what it is that they need best. Aside from that, 24/7 we have campus security that is always on campus, there to assist you wherever you need. They have a walk with service which assists you at night. We have the Center for Counseling, Student Counseling and Development, which assists with basically your counseling. You know, if you need therapy, you get stuff out here sometimes. So they technically assist with the mental health and the mental well-being aspect of everything. We have language labs which assist your multilingual students, or which assist you in writing in your different subjects. We have student networks such as Our Body as well, which is comprised of students that go to class with you every day, fall under the SRC's leadership, and technically we're there to serve you every day, the whole day. That's technically how it is that we function. So at the university, within the faculty, and even just the staff members, like if you develop that relationship with them, Asha, you'll get them after class and you'll be like, hey girl, you know? Exactly. So definitely I would say that in terms of support, the university as well as our faculty particularly has nailed it. I can say that. Right, then do I qualify for education? I'm currently upgrading. So you would then have to wait for those upgraded marks to then reapply if they reach the minimum, or if they reach the, I won't say the minimum, guys. Go for the maximum, right? So try your best to reach your maximum in order to come here, to join us, you know? Yeah, it's nice here. Right, then... Okay, sorry guys, it's Afrikaans and it's taking a moment. Then I'll ask Catherine to take this one for us. So what is the great benefit of choosing the Faculty of Education?
Sure, besides being the best person to ever walk the earth. I'm joking. The great benefit of studying in the Faculty of Education, I think, is community. I think people, you don't think of that when you think of studying. You're just like, oh, I'm on my own at all, I'm doing it my own way. But being in a faculty where there's good community support, it really goes a long way. Because half of the time your mental health is like, they're seeding. But you can go to one of your friends, you get just someone walking past you and you can be like, oh, what, how are you? And they'll be like, oh, what, same. Same. So I think definitely the best thing about the Faculty of Education is the community. And also that it's very closely related to high school. So it's not such a big gap to adapting to different modules, different everything. Yeah, that's what I'd say.
Thank you. Wow. Yeah, I don't even have anything to add to that. I think that really just summed up the whole experience that we've had thus far. Next question. What can I do to improve my chances of being accepted? I've been applying for years with no luck. Sisipo?
So what I would say is, all of us want to make it into university. All of us want to be in the Faculty of Education. I know not all of us, but like all of us. But all I'd say is don't give up. As Tyrese said, do not go for the bare minimum. Because I can tell you right now that we think 60% is a minimum requirement. And you're like, oh my word, but I meet the requirements. But there's someone else out there who got a 65 or a 70 and they want to be in the Faculty of Education. So all I'm saying is, upgrade those marks, work hard, and just never lose faith. Because if this is what you want, then you are going to put in 110% effort in order to make it in.
Thank you so much for that motivation. Yeah. Then one of the last questions from you guys aside is, does attending this webinar mean that I'm accepted or will be considered for my application for this faculty of choice that I chose? So unfortunately, by your attending of this webinar, this is not an acceptance of your application. However, it means you are considered. So I definitely would advise you just continue keeping a lookout at the applications. At the time, nobody has received any communication regarding the outcome. Applications only close on the 30th of July?
30th of June.
30th of June. And then basically you're watching your emails like a hawk, right? So just keep an eye out on your emails for communication from the university regarding the outcome of your application. And yeah, we hope to see you here. Then just some general knowledge FAQs that we put together for you guys, just in terms of what it is that actually happens here. So for the duration of your program, the B.Ed program is completed over 4 years. So you accumulate about 120 credits in practical learning. You visit multiple schools throughout your time, from about your second year up until final year. You go for observations, teaching practice across all the foundation and the intermediate phase grades. Then within your PGCE certificate, you'll have your full school practicum within your third term, as well as observations throughout the year and micro teaching as well. All right, then Catherine, would you mind answering them on, is there any part-time or distance learning opportunities available?
At the moment, they aren't, but I do know that the university does offer winter programs and summer school programs. But in the Faculty of Education, it's kind of difficult because you're always busy, whether it's practicums, whether it's Thursday morning observations or assignments all the time. So they do offer it, but in the Faculty of Education, it's a bit difficult to participate in them.
All right, thank you. Then, will I be trained to teach in a multilingual classroom? Sasipo?
Oh, I love this one. I love this one so much. Yes. Listen to me when I say this. Yes. Because I think currently in practical learning, and my colleagues can attest to this, currently in practical learning, we are being taught how to teach in multilingual classrooms because our practicum unit is aware of the different diversities that we face in classrooms. So you might not be a multilingual person, but you will have an idea on how to tackle the situation when you are put in the classroom context where there is multilingual learners.
Thank you, Sasipo. Then, this one usually comes up during the welcoming program in terms of, I've chosen intermediate phase, but I really want to switch to foundation phase. How do I go about that? So, although they start at the same place, they are not the same degrees, right?
Sure.
So I really just want you to establish that now. So reapplication would thus have to take place in that regard, and you also are not guaranteed to get in for the change of phase in that time. So basically changing your phase would technically be you restarting the degree, and that is subject to availability within the next academic year as well. So think hard about it.
Yes.
Then the languages that the university offers. So the primary languages of learning and teaching is English and Afrikaans, and where mandated or where possible within the faculty according to staff members and student availability, isiXhosa is also introduced as a language of learning and teaching, particularly as a support mechanism as well. So those are the three languages that the university offers at this stage in terms of support for multilingualism. Lingualism? Yeah. And then, unfortunately, if you're applying for PGCE, you do only get your 2 teaching specializations, again, as according to your undergraduate requirements, and further information on which those subjects are would come in on the yearbook as well. Then, I wrote a lot down. I came prepared for you guys, hey? Just letting you all know. Yes. So can I apply for a master's degree? Now we're going to think holistically, right? Because we're holistic people. And that's a word that you're going to learn a lot in this faculty, hey? Ask my colleagues.
Yes.
So although your PGCE is a postgraduate certificate, the NQF level does require you to have a B.Ed Honours, which we call B.Ed Hons, first before you can progress to the master's level. So your PGCE is technically us. We basically kind of almost on the same level by the time you graduate. It just qualifies you to teach, and it's recognized as a degree for SACE registration, which is what you need to enter any school technically.
Basically, we're giving them a free pass to go teach, you know?
Yeah. But yeah, we still love you guys a lot, hey? And then, yeah, this one has also come in a lot. Am I guaranteed a teaching job after completing my degree? That is the question that I think keeps many of us awake at night.
That's what keeps me awake at this stage.
We are currently in our 3rd year, and that is the question that we're all looking at next year.
It is the question of the day.
But what I'm going to say is we have one of the best faculties of education in the country.
Yeah.
So your chances are slightly higher than other faculties. But you didn't hear that from me.
She's on record, so yeah. And then we love this one. Can I teach overseas with my South African qualification?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. That's a wonderful
No
thing about
questions
studying
asked.
education. Go anywhere. Yeah.
So a big motto of our faculty is globally competent, locally relevant. That means you can do it here, you can do it there.
Yes.
You want to add something?
Also, fun fact, Tyrese has better insight on this, but they offer a little program here where they recruit students so that they can go teach in China. So, if you do want to be a globally competent pedagogical practitioner, then this is the faculty to do it.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. And then, can I teach in private schools with this qualification? Yes. Both public and private schools in South Africa accept SACE registered teachers with a B.Ed or a PGCE qualification. And then, what support is offered for job placement after graduation? So the beautiful thing is, once you graduate Stellenbosch, you're not just there on your own. Stellenbosch looks out for its people. So we have an alumni office who is constantly operating with the Career Services Office, who provides insight into potential jobs. Even some of the staff members in the faculty, particularly when you're in your senior years of study, you'll see those emails and those advertisements coming out from all faculty, staff, management, as well as the ESC. So we got you, don't worry. You will find something somewhere. You will know when there's something somewhere. And then also your practicum school placements. That is your opportunity to network and to connect. And that, I think, is one of the most distinctions that our faculty does have in terms of aspirant career opportunities, is that we genuinely get to operate in the field. So you get the opportunity to show a school what you're made of before even qualifying. I know one of my colleagues who sat in the ESC with me in the previous year, she got a job before she even graduated in 4th term last year. So those are just some of the opportunities that your practicum can open for you. So from second year, you start building those connections. Hey, you build them, shame. Then obviously with bursaries, we have NSFAS and Funza as our usual go-tos for the faculty. Catherine can touch on an additional one.
I say because I heard this question I was at a net program the other day, and they were asking me like, I want to come to Stellenbosch, but what if I don't get NSFAS and Funza? And I could proudly say that Stellenbosch really makes sure that students are supported, because Stellenbosch offers SU bursaries. And the amazing thing is I got a bursary as part of applying for SU bursaries. That if I didn't qualify for that, then I'd fall part of a different category. And I got a bursary for the ETDP, which was amazing because it accommodated the middle. How do you say the middle?
Missing middle.
The missing middle. It accommodated the missing middle as well. And so Stellenbosch really does cater for everything. So even if you feel like, okay, I didn't get Funza, I didn't get NSFAS, which was common education bursaries, there's always a backup. You just need to keep your eyes on the ground, ears on the ears.
Ears on the ground.
Ears on the ground. And check out our website, the education faculty website. There's so many resources, as well as the Stellenbosch website. Just have a look in your free time. Don't scroll the website. Yeah.
Perfect. Then Sisipo, can you advise our viewers on laptops and devices? And if I don't have them, how do I study?
Listen, this university has you. So we understand that people come from different socio-economic backgrounds, and this university has so many computer centers. We have Faga, Humaga, I don't know why they all end with an AGA, but there you'll find computers where you can log in using your student number and your student email. You can use it, you can come on campus to do your assignments or in between classes. We also have our own in the faculty. We have a little Humaga not specifically, but like for education students, so that in between your classes, if you have a quick assignment to complete, You could do it in there. Some people even complete their whole degrees without even owning a laptop, and that is made possible because of the computers. So we have a lot of computer centers and study centers.
Perfect. Then I'll answer this one. So, is transport and accommodation provided for school placements? Unfortunately, it is not. We try our best to ultimately give you the dates well in advance so that you are able to financially prepare. And then, yeah, I'm told our time is up. So we would really, really want to thank you guys so much for spending this time with us and being here to learn more about the faculty as prospective students here. I personally hope to see you in the first year list next year. I cannot wait.
Welcome in.
Yeah.
Please do check the yearbook. Just for like a note there. Check the yearbook. Most of the information that we gave you today is in the education faculty yearbook, where you can find everything. If it's not everything, most of it.
Yeah.
And also free advice. When they say, do you want to apply for SU funding? You say yes. If they say, do you want to apply for accommodation? Say yes. So, because that will help you. I know a lot of people who might have missed that little thing and they didn't get accommodation or consideration in the SU bursaries. So just a little advice.
All right. Then before we close, I just want to make you aware of our email address for any further questions that you may have. That is OSK, all small letters, esc@sun.ac.za. And our secretary in the middle here will respond to you as soon as possible. I'm Tyrese Human, chairperson of the Education Student Committee, joined by me with Catherine Evenezen and Sisipo Maliwa. It was an honor having you. Have a lovely evening further, stay safe, and see you next year.